So it's with a heavy heart that I have to say that we lost Michael, an amazing friend of mine, funny,
Your old man would be proud
sarcastic.
of what we managed to do here. What,
Bradford, I'm
you've
trying
managed
to
do with
leave
this
a
ship.
memory
I just
here.
wish he had lived long enough to see us fight back. To know that it wasn't all for nothing.
Trust me, he knows. If there was one thing your father always kept in mind, it was his faith in humanity. He knew we could win, on our own terms.
Probably about as good of a thing I can say without getting too mushy here. He's been on the Avenger for almost 2 months. First mission he goes on and this happens. So it's a frustrating ordeal, but you know, loss is a normal thing. But I did bring in somebody, another person who is very close to me, to hopefully take up the mantle of sharpshooter. That would be Astral-san. She is an astounding woman, loves the color purple, and totally is into a certain cabbage. And I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds weird, but there's actually some history where that actually makes sense. Real name classified: an optimistic and beaming individual, a lover of many things, including the alley, and always finding a way to smile in even the most grim of situations. The commander was adamant, yes I was, about pulling Astral into their ranks as a way of both protecting her, as well as adding another member to the group that he could trust, and she was all too willing to help out. Despite being unsure of her skills as a gunman, she would give it her best with a shy laugh. Yeah, she does have a sense of optimism to her that's really something to behold, and I really have a lot of faith in her. Always sucks when we have to basically replace a friend, you know, in terms of skill set, but, you know, life goes on, this war goes on, we just have to do it. Now, a few other changes to our fellow soldiers. Caitlin took on some war paint as well as a blood red outfit, kind of to represent her rage towards the alien scum. You know, I can't blame her for going for a more edgier look. Najee Beast Mode Palago decided to add a tattoo to himself, a barcode tattoo, which you can't really tell is a barcode, but you know, it's kind of a neat little thing that he decided to add to himself. And last but not least, Brian has been acclimating to, you know, the team-based combat and tactical movements a lot. He was kind of a lone wolf, so to say. He worked better when it was just him and himself. You know, me, myself, and I. But he's starting to become more comfortable with everybody around here. I think that's a good sense of development, that he's becoming more friendly with people. You know, he's admiring a lot of the others like Kick, and he admired Dark to a strong point and wish he had been able to go on a mission with him and, you know, maybe do something to help him out, to help him survive. But point being is that Brian Blade has acclimated to the teamwork ethic tremendously. So he's gotten rid of the hood, showing his hair, you know, being a lot more vocal and a lot more social, which I think is great, and I think that's necessary for morale and just being able to work as a team, because things are only going to get tougher from here. So let me just...
Commander?
Where...
I I've had a chance to take a closer look at some of the Advent weapons recovered from the field.
Astral's going to be training
The
as a
alloy used in
sharpshooter.
their frames is significantly lighter, making them more suited to the human form. I'm guessing it's the same material we've seen them using all over the colonies, but they'd have to be producing it from something here on Earth. They seem to have an endless supply of this stuff. Commander?
Alright, we're going to have to go and get that supply drop. We have, like, no money. No supplies at all. Yes, I'm very much aware of the supply drop. And there's a supply convoy that we can get for intel. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Get the supply drop, and then we'll head to the black site, supposedly, because we always seem to be getting sidetracked somehow.
I am sure you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander.
Well, as long as you're not pulling me away entirely from the supplies.
These shield bearers are not all that dissimilar from their various Advent peers. Their armor is perhaps the most distinctive feature differentiating them.
As is usually the case, our troops came up with the designation for this particular subject, currently known as the Shield Bearer. Initial indications are that it is tactically on par with Advent's other humanoid field units, with no particular mental or physical advantages. The primary difference seems to lie in the armor suit itself, which is heavily reinforced with multiple layers of composite material woven from what I can only surmise to be some variation of the alien alloys. I intend on leaving the metallurgy and structural analysis to Shen and her team, who will no doubt find a means of integrating her findings into various experimental armor concepts. Experimental armor, that would be fantastic. I think everybody is due for some better armor.
These robotic units, developed by Advent, seem to be wholly autonomous, capable of targeting and engaging selected units without reliance on external verification. Although it falls on me to work through the initial disassembly, I fully intend on involving Shen in this process, as her knowledge of robotics far outweighs my own.
We can figure out a way to upgrade our weapons for this, so... Absolutely.
I was not going to admit it to Shen.
Sorry. Bit busy, Tigan. Alright, here we go.
Setting course for
I want to
South
see if there's.
Africa.
Want to see if we can get a fourth scientist. That way we can decrypt the codex data. Ah, shit.
Commander, remote reconnaissance indicates the aliens have a UFO hunting for our position.
Welcome,
We
Commander.
need to be careful about where we pick our flight paths.
Understood. I'll have to be weary. Have to be really weary. We can get some intel or some alien alloys.
Avenger plotting new course.
Let's make our way to the black site.
Market is open.
That UFO is dangerously close. Makes me nervous. Definitely makes me nervous. Alright, what do you have on sale? We can get a specialist, we can rush some research. It's all very tantalizing. Trying to make a decision here. I think the autopsies will go fine. I'll grab this. It's the personal combat simulator. been meaning to look into these. This will help increase the aim of whoever we choose. Now, I would normally say the sharpshooter would be the smartest decision. But the sharpshooter, as is pretty damn impressive. Is it necessary? Maybe we should upgrade, like, say, the ranger. One of the people who has an upgraded gun.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
And again, more than likely, I can get the Gauss rifle. I don't think 150 in worth of supplies is that big of a drop. Plus, upgrading is upgrading.
Hey, Commander.
So now he has a hold of the Gauss rifle, which is fantastic. There we go. Improved his aim significantly. And will further increase his aim with an advanced scope. Destin is pretty well off, I have to say. He is the destined one, as he would say. Might sound a bit conceited, but I have a lot of faith in my friend. So, I want to tackle this black site, period. Let's see. 14 enemies detected. Mutons, advanced troopers, officers, shield bearers, mechs, codex. Pretty much every single damn thing that could be a danger to my psyche. Well, let me make sure that these tapes are saving correctly that way. That way you guys get the full story without any cutoffs.
Setting course for the East African sector.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, wow, that was close. That could have been terrible. Could have been really terrible. Alright. This is going to be a tough one for our group. I do believe they can do this. It's just going to be hard. Alright, Destin, you're going to be spearheading this operation, of course. It's our expert sharpshooter. Kyle, you're going to be coming along as well. We're sending some of our most experienced. Any sergeants and lieutenants? So Destin, Kyle, Capo, Najee, and Martin. That's who's going to be going on this mission. I have 2 grenadiers because I feel having that explosive power is going to be key. I'm not looking to have any tact or finesse. I'm looking to completely demolish the enemy if they even try and do anything funny. Although, I'm trying to contemplate between Martin, who's a bit more aggressive in his combat, and Shark, who is more smooth. Sorry, Martin. You're going to have to just hang about in the showers. The showers seem to be where he likes to go the most, so don't ask why. Let's get everybody set up to the standard in which I would prefer them. Giving Destin some venom rounds. Kyle's namely our support. So having him carry the med kit. Capo. Bam Bam Capo, you are having the honor of taking the acid grenade. And the gas grenade is going to go to our man Beast Mode Najee, who's in every which way a beast. And he's going to take the flashbang grenade as well. And Shark's going to be equipped with the nano scale vest. Alright, so just to be clear, Operation Fire Chalice, we need to investigate the Advent Black Site, figure out what's going on there. We have Destin, who's going to be leading the operation, Kyle and Capo, who have been on the majority of missions along with Destin as well, so they're going to help with tactical maneuvering. Najee and Shark, they're a bit more of the newcomers, but they're also just as potent and just as dangerous. They're definitely like the brawn to Destin and Kyle's brain. And Capo's kind of the middle child, and she's pretty unpredictable and crazy. So, you know, I think a little bit crazy is going to take us a long way here. So, this is a big one, guys, ladies and gents. Destin told me he felt... Destin reassured me he felt confident about this operation. I'm going to hold him to that.
Our contacts in the local resistance have shown us how to access the Advent Black Site. The aliens worked hard to keep this place under the radar, and we don't know what we're going to find in there. Keep your heads up. Expect heavy opposition.
Of course. Just try and be safe, guys. If this is the wilderness, there's going to be an Advent facility, so it's going to be a lot of tree cover up until the point we can reach the actual facility. There's probably going to be turrets set up on the outskirts as well, I can imagine.
Confirm the Black Site is in your immediate vicinity. Infiltrate and investigate the area. Expect heavy resistance. Neutralize all hostile contacts.
Wonderful.
We're in a concealed position.
Yeah, just about what I expected going into this. Looks very, very dangerous and very unnerving.